It's early game. I mean, obviously this is not really a standard lane because you're kind of like late on the wave, but it's still fine because of the low one.
You probably went for a vein there.
I actually, because here's the thing, like Vayne is still level, or Vayne just hits level 2. Like, yeah, you do more damage on the Vayne, but the problem is that Vayne also gets to hit the MF more. Because if you hook him in this spot over here, then he doesn't have to use his Q to get in range to like auto Vayne or auto MF. So he can just keep guiding auto, and MF takes more damage if you hook the Vayne here. So I think, I think, wait, let me actually see the exact situation. Because technically, I think the best thing you can do there is you just like after this guy gets hooked, you like short Q the wave, short Q the Vayne for the slow and then leave. But since you're already charging it, then it's a little bit more annoying because you don't really have that many good options left.
Yeah.
Because again, if the Vayne is like already over here, if you had hooked him, then this guy's gonna be taking so much more damage.
Yeah.
So I actually don't think that is the right choice to hook the Vayne there. Because yeah, like he would have taken so much more damage if you had pulled the Vayne. And yeah, like over here, I think in my opinion, or what I would have done after hitting the skew, I would just gone in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have gone in on this. The good thing is that Blitzcrank kind of gives you another chance to go for it by hooking you. But yeah, like MF does too much damage for me.
We still win it.
Yeah, and I also like that you use your flash to just make sure that it goes through. Because if you don't get the stun, they can just maybe cut it out and then it turns out bad. So I actually don't mind to use flash there to just make sure that it goes your way.
Sometimes I just go for the support or AD carry whenever I hit level 2. If we're in front, like E-flash, because they don't expect it. Yep. If it's a squishy, like a Lux Ezreal or something.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about this. Last game I said that it's usually better for you if you go straight towards here, like go through your jungle, or like straight towards mid lane instead of going straight to bot lane. In this case particularly because MF has the wave push already, so you coming into this lane doesn't really change anything. This is actually a decentish support time or a roam timer if you want to go to mid lane or something. The problem is that your mid lane is probably also going to be pushing, so it's really hard for you to do that. But just showing you this to like recognize when you can and can actually lead the lane, because you going to mid lane doesn't, or going towards bot lane doesn't really change anything. And we do end up going for it, but we see the trundle. Oh yeah, like this is when I was like, okay, so E in, but we see the Vex coming. So I was like really scared that since you're level 2, like the Vex is just gonna fear you and this guy's gonna start hitting you and you're probably gonna die because you have no flash and no E. Wait, does he have all of these abilities up or does he not? Yeah,
he should have.
Yeah. Why doesn't he just fear here?
I think it's because LeBlanc is low HP.
I guess, but like, see how much damage you take, even without this guy using anything on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, as soon as I saw the Vex coming, I thought you were dead for like 100%. But they just don't look at you. Yeah, that went better than it should have.
Definitely.
Okay, so we come back to bot lane. Yeah, and if it gets clapped. I don't know, like he should not be anywhere near there. Right, yeah, nothing really to do. Alright. I gotta try and look at Scott here. Okay, so also again, like this would also be a pretty decent timer to roam because again you're pushing the wave in. If you see like the enemy mid laner pushing in, then this is also a really good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, trying to get Scott in bot side river. Also, let's talk about this ward. This is actually something that I actually want to talk about in this replay a lot, because you're not actively looking for deep vision that much. Like, without me telling you, you did not look for any vision in the enemy jungle, which is, I think it's a pretty big missed opportunity when you're playing Pike.
Yeah.
Because, like, let's just talk about deep vision for a little bit. Because if you put down a ward over your, like, let's say that you put down a ward like over here or over here. Now you will know exactly where the tunnel is going to be, because if the ward is over here, he pretty much always. Wait, let me show this. Oh, yeah, he pretty much always has to like come through here to his golems, or he has to come through here to his golems, right? So he's gonna be shown on this ward. If you put the ward on this, then you will always know he's gonna be coming back to bot lane, or if he's gonna keep clearing towards his top side. Which again, if you put it over here, you're also gonna see on this. Yeah. So now that you know, or when you see the tunnel on these wards, you will know exactly, like if you put it on over here and you see him going through here, then you know that he's gonna keep clearing towards top side. If he goes through here, then you know that he's looking for a gank in bot lane. Yeah. If he goes through here, then we can start pinging our mid laner and our top laner, hey, tunnel is gonna be top side, be careful. And if he goes for a gank and it doesn't end up working out, just because you see them on this ward and you start pinging your teammates, the tunnel is gonna be wasting a lot of his time.
Yeah,
and that's why deep vision is so good, like especially in the early game, because it just makes jungle tracking so much easier. But when you put it over here, like what does this word do? When you think about it, what does this word do?
It only gives us information at the last second.
Yeah, we only see Trundle once he comes through here or here. And the thing about that is we don't actually know where he's gonna be. Because if you put the ward in his own jungle... Wait, what is going on here? Wait. Yeah, if you put the ward in his own jungle, then we actually get to see what he's going to be planning to do. But if you put it over here, we only see him if he comes to bot lane. So we basically have this warded. Like we know when the tunnel is gonna come through here, but if you put it over here, then we basically have this entire area warded once he shows on one of these wards.
Yeah.
Because based on his movements, we know exactly where he's going to be for the next minute or so.
And if I was playing on blue side, which would be the equivalent ward to put?
Either here or either here. Or if you can't get it, this is also fine.
Alright.
Yeah. You can just come through here to this wall, and then you put it over this wall. It's usually better for you if it's just like ward over here, like this entrance over here, because it doesn't matter if he goes to blue or Gromp, he's always gonna walk through here. But if you put it on Gromp, then he will also know if he's gonna come through here or if he's gonna keep clearing towards the top side. So I think this is probably the best one that you can put down. Another one that's really good is this one. If you put down a pink ward over here and it covers this jungle entrance over here, then it's basically the same thing. Because if you see him going through here, then it's basically the same as just having this entire bot side warded. If he goes through here, and it's the same thing again. If he clears towards here, then it's basically the exact same thing as just warding this entire top side.
All right.
Because through process of elimination, you will know exactly where it's gonna be. Because he can't clear his Gromps or Wolves like twice.
Yeah.
That's why these D4s are really good in the early game. So once you like start playing again, just be really aware where you put down these wards.
Yeah.
Because if you go to the enemy side of vision, let's imagine that you had put down a ward over here, right? We're waiting. Trundle hasn't shown these wards. We're waiting. About 30 minutes has passed, or 30 seconds has passed. We're still waiting. Since he hasn't shown this ward or this ward, we can probably assume that he's gonna be somewhere on the top side. And based on that, we can probably also assume that he's gonna be clearing towards his bot side. Also, what is going on again? Yeah, we can probably assume that he's gonna be clearing towards his bot side again, right? So we know, even though this ward is gonna expire before he gets here, we also know like the rough estimate of when he's gonna be here. Just because he has to take a certain amount of time to clear these and then come to bot lane, which is usually like 40 to 60 seconds depending on the champion.
Okay.
Then we get this. We missed the Q, that's fine. We don't have any wards.
So after the shop, I should go for deep warding instead of backing, maybe. Here is the right choice to back.
Yeah. Since you don't have any wards right now, so it's good. Yeah, we get our boots, we get our Dirk. Yeah. Yeah, when the hook misses, again, like I was talking about this like before, when the hook misses, this guy's not a champion. Like we can just completely ignore this guy. So I think we can like try to W and at least put some pressure down on the Vayne. Even if you're not looking for a fight, then we should already like try to make him miss a couple of minions at least, because his support missed the hook.
Yeah.
Or we can just wait for our level 6 here and then look for a fight. That's also fine. Oh, also regarding this, one thing to also note: when your jungle shows topside or in mid lane, it usually means, or like sometimes it means that the enemy jungler is gonna look for like a cross map. So just to be safe, when your jungle shows in either top lane or mid lane, it's usually not a good idea to fight around both sides because they know that your jungler can't be there.
All right.
Just something to keep in mind. It's kind of like this strong side, weak side thing. Especially if your jungle gets a kill on top side, you should already be feeling okay. Well, as long as we don't die in bot lane, then we're already like getting a W over here. We don't need to do anything if he gets a kill on top side, and that's fine. Okay, but yeah, when jungle shows top side, then we know that we can look for a fight, especially since we have our level 6.
I don't look at the map as much as you do.
Yeah, because like especially when you're playing these like early game champions, I think looking at the map and then like understanding where the enemy jungle can be or should be or might be, then it's just really important to like think about. Because if you're playing Leona and your jungle shows top side and you figure, okay, well I'm just gonna E in and the enemy jungle like comes from behind, you probably both gonna die.
Yeah.
So even if your jungler gets like 2 kills on, or like 1 kill on top side, it doesn't matter because you donate 2 on bot side.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, here it would be pretty nice to look to punish this, but realistically it's really hard because bot lane is like pushing in and your MF is really far away. Yeah, same thing here. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, unfortunately the shield blocks the ult.
Shit happens.
Wait, yeah, we don't have it. In this case, also the same thing that I was talking about. Especially the pink wards. I think this pink ward is probably the best pink ward you can have in the early game. I call this the MVP ward.
Yeah.
Just because, like I was saying, like every time the enemy jungle is gonna be here, he has to walk through here. Like he has to walk. Yeah, he has to walk through here to get to his columns. He has to walk through here and then through here to get to his raptors. If he's clearing from top side, he has to come through here, get the raptors, comes through here, has to get the columns. Because like this ward, also one thing about it is pretty much nobody walks into the ward, into the bush.
Yeah.
So you can like put this down at like 5 minutes and it's still gonna be there at like 20 minutes sometimes. The only time people go through here is if their golems are not up and they have to like go straight to red buff. That's like the only time people check this.
All right. Do you recommend going Duskblade so I don't bait myself into engaging with E?
That's also probably a good idea. Because, like Duskblade, like I was talking about, Duskblade is just a much more...
It's a safer pick.
Yeah, it's a much safer pick of it. Prowlers, I think, is better for making picks and for like 2v3, 3v2, 3v4 skirmishes. Yeah. But just straight up 5v5, that's much better. Because then even if you have your W and your E out, you at least get the what is it, like 1.5, 2 seconds invisibility. So you can kind of like get the execute and leave, and then you can like re-R, get the invisibility and like keep cutting it out. But if you just have the prowlers and you burn both of your W and E, you're just dead.
Yeah, that's it.
Also, one little thing about like I know this is a little bit nitpicky, but since we're running like the zombie ward, you should get into the habit of not warding, like not warding until you like actually walk into the bush, unless you think like people might be there. Because if there's a pink over there and then you like put on a ward, then you're kind of wasting your one ward because you could just get the zombie ward.
Yeah.
But again, like you have to be sure that nobody's gonna be there for that to be actually useful. Because if you walk in here and the enemy team is sitting there, you're dead. That's just something to keep in mind. By the way, like I said, I really like this. What you did here, like this shows a lot of like just patience. The only problem I have with this is that you don't wait quite long enough. Because once you hook him, you like hook him away from the LeBlanc. But if he's just sitting in this bush, and until he's like over here, and then you pull him, the LeBlanc would be like somewhere between here, and he would be much closer. Well, I really like the idea though. And yeah, LeBlanc ends up getting it anyway. But yeah, just a little adjustment, not a big deal. But yeah, I like how you played it overall. But over here, I think you go a little bit like too hard. Because Tunnel is dead, Vex is dead. As soon as the skull goes down, the likelihood of anything happening around this area is probably gonna go down to like 0. Right. So if you keep chasing this, we're kind of just wasting time. Because let's say in an alternate universe where you don't do all of this, or alternatively, if you instead of like starting to charge the Q, you like chase them with W, which it's a little bit more dangerous because if you get hooked, then you get one shot. But it's still something you can do. But what I personally would have done in this situation is after he gets the scuttle, I would just ping this guy off. And I would still keep looking. Like if he keeps chasing, then I'm gonna keep moving. But if he like starts walking away because of the pings, I would just go through here and just ward everything on bot side. Because again, if you get everything warded on bot side, we know exactly where this runner is gonna be for the next minute or so. Because if he doesn't show on these wards, then we know that he's on top side. And as soon as he does walk through these wards, then we know that he's gonna be on bot side. And if he had everything here warded, then we can probably see when he's backing, which again means that he should be going back towards his top side, or if he's gonna keep going towards here, then we know that he's looking for a gank in bot lane. So just getting all of this warded means that we know exactly where the jungle is gonna be for like the next minute or so, at least.
Yeah.
Because he can't just not clear. He has to keep moving, otherwise he can't get any XP. So if you just have everything warded, you will know everything you need to know where he's gonna be. You don't know the exact position, but you at least you know like the quarter of the map where he's gonna be in, and that's good enough usually.
Yeah. So definitely go for more deep wards instead of chasing.
Yeah, and once it comes to like mid and late game, I'm not gonna talk about it yet. I'm gonna talk about it like a little bit later because then it's more relevant. But yeah, we do get the wards. Yeah, get the MVP ward down. Yeah. Yeah, and look at this. We don't see him on our wards. So what do you think he is? Where does he have to be?
Top side. And
yeah, he should be somewhere on here right now. Yeah.
Told me, yeah.
Yeah, and then we can just ping him. Or we can ping our top laner to be careful of that. Yeah.
That's really insightful, actually.
Yeah, that's how this game works. Yeah. Because now, once we have all of this worded, we can already like tell the entirety of the team that he should be on the top side, which means that we can like potentially save our Town Cage from a gank, or like our LeBlanc from a gank, or since Virgo is like winning the jungle match really hard, he can literally just walk in here, kill Trundle on his own jungle because he knows he's here, and just take everything he has here.
Yeah. So that's unfortunate.
Yeah, and then he flashes the ult, but yeah, like MF getting hooked there is really bad. Yeah, this is really funny what the Tom does here. Yeah, like he literally puts himself next to a wall. Okay, and then again, we should be seeing Trundle on these wards in a couple of seconds. Yeah.
Yeah.
We see Trundle. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh yeah, this is when it happens. Yeah, because we could see the Trundle here, so we should know that he's coming towards bot side right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think this still turns out. Okay, yeah, this E. Yeah, let's talk about this E. So this again is like one of the biggest traps I think Pyke has as a champion. Is that when you see like these low HP champions and then you E in, and then you're just gonna die for it because you have no other escapes. If you had your Q here, then you can. At best case scenario, you're gonna trade 1-for-1 by using this E, right?
Yeah.
So, do you think like trading 1-for-1 for 1 kill on Pyke and 1 kill on like either Vayne or Trundle is worth it?
Definitely not.
Yeah, if the Trundle gets it, I don't think it's bad, but the Vayne getting the kill is like really not worth it.
Yeah.
And this is kind of like where the patience comes in, because you have to like know that you can't really go for this kill, because it's usually not gonna be worth it. Like I said, best case scenario, you trade 1-for-1. Worst case scenario, you trade 1-for-0.
Yeah.
If it was like you trade 2-for-1, that's fine. Or like 1-to-1 with like somebody who's really useless gets it, then that's fine. Like you know that Blitzcrank is gonna get the kill, then that's okay. But in this situation, I don't think it's worth going for it at all. And yeah, Vayne just end up getting the kill. Yeah, like here, for example. Like, you get 2 kills with your ult, double gold, so it's basically like 4-for-1. This is worth. Like, this is completely fine, even though it gets it. It's fine. Much better trade. Oh, yeah. Also, let's just pause the game over here, because when I play the game, pretty much every time I leave base or leave fountain after like I don't know 15, 18, 20 minutes, I pretty much always have this habit of just like holding tab and just having a look at the game. Who is strong on our team? Who is strong on the enemy team? Because one of my rules of solo queue, you play who is strong on your team, you avoid who is strong on the enemy team. Because if you're fighting against strong champions on the enemy team, that usually means that you're gonna lose. If you're fighting with who is strong on your team, you're probably gonna win. Like that's how the game works. It's really simple, but it's really effective. So in this case, the enemy team has like 2 champions that are somewhat scary. I mean, Seth is kind of, but not really. I think the biggest problems in the enemy team right now are Vayne and the Vix. And on your team, you have a really strong Viego, you have a decently strong Emmet or LeBlanc, and you have a strong MF. So right now you have like 3 people who you can play with. And I mean, at this point of the game, Vayne is not that scary, even though he has like a couple of items. Is that if you fuck it up and he gets like, I don't know, like 3 to 4 kills from like one messed up team fight, then the game becomes like really hard to play.
Yeah.
But yeah, as for the other things to keep in mind, we're sitting at 2 dragons. 3rd dragon is up. So what we should be doing right now, or actually, what do you think we should be doing right now? What's the plan?
Probably reward the bot side jungle entrance to dragon.
Yep. And especially when it comes to dragon and baron, how you do it is you should pretty much always deny vision in river and in the pit, and then put down like wards in the enemy jungle. Because if the enemy team has all of these blacked and you have all of this warded, they have to walk into your abilities, and they can't dodge them because all of this is black. So this is like the perfect scenario for objectives. You deny vision on this area, and you put down vision like somewhere around here, or maybe if you can get it, like put down a ward over here or here.
Yeah.
This is like the perfect scenario for objective control. Yeah, there goes the 3rd dragon. We got a kill. Oh yeah, and over here, it's just a little something that I think you could have done.
Save my Q for Vayne.
Yeah. Because there's no way that Blizz is gonna live this, right? Like there's no way this guy's gonna walk it out. Yeah, so we get this. And we just wait for or we get the E. We get the Prowlers. We get the stun on this guy. And now we can just like keep cutting out, kind of cutting out, and wait for these guys to kill the blitz, and then you are trying to hook the Vayne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really lucky I survived that actually.
Also, that's kind of like one of the reasons why. I mean, you got eat. I guess it's fine because you got eat by the blitz guy, so you can't really. But like ideally, you will like want to like keep cutting away from the Vayne and just waiting for them to be able to turn with your Q instead of taking all the free damage. But yeah, you got eat, so you got CC, so there's not that much you can do there. All right, but same thing over here. I mean, yeah, the ult from Seth was actually pretty good. Like to dodge your hook or to dodge your thing.
Yeah, because you would have died.
Yeah. In this case, what do you think? Like in retrospect, when you look at the entirety of the map in this situation, what do you think you should do?
Well, what I've been used to doing was go for Vex right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You basically have 2 options. You can either choose to not go for the Vex, and then instead you get the entirety of the enemy's jungle warded, or you can go for the Vex, you can kill the Vex, and then you can get vision of the bot side. You can even kill the Vex, get vision of bot side, and then you can try to move towards top side, and then you can still get vision on top side. So those are basically your options.
But someone is actually in the fog of war between me and Vex right now. I think if you play it forward,
yeah. Who was it? I can't remember. Yeah, it was Trundle.
Yeah, Trundle. Yeah.
Yeah, because the thing is, if you keep fighting these, then yeah, usually the enemy team is just gonna be there to like fight, especially in gold. Like people love fighting.
Yeah, I know.
So what this does is, yeah, you get a couple of vision or a couple of wards in both side. You kill the Vex, but now your entirety of the enemy top side is dark.
Yeah.
So if we go back like 30 seconds, actually we don't need to go. Yeah, 30 seconds is fine. And we actually have a look at this. What I personally would have done, since I don't have my ult and I don't get a double like execute gold on Vex, and since we know that there's gonna be like people on both side, I actually would not go for the Vex here. What I would do instead is I would put down a ward over here, loop over here, put down a ward over here, and then try to put down a ward over here. Because now, if he had done that, that basically means that the entirety of the enemy side of the map is warded. Because this ward, by the way, is like one of the most undiscussed wards, like one of the most underappreciated wards in the entirety of the game, I think. But I'll talk about that later. We would have warded over here, warded over here, and warded over here. So, and we also have ward over here. So we basically have like all of this warded. The only thing we don't have ward is this little thing over here, but they have to go through here, or they have to go through this ward to get here. So basically we have everything on the enemy side of the map warded. And because we're already winning, it's really easy for us, once we see them on these wards, it's really easy for us to go here, especially with a really fed Viego, get a kill on them. After 20 minutes, we just turn the Baron. Now they have to walk through these same wards. If they want to contest it, we can turn on the fight and we just kill them. And then we take Baron.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I think what I would have done in this case.
Yeah.
Because personally, I just hate like all of this random fighting. Like when I play in like Fire Mars, I hate it when games becomes like wait, what is going on again? Like I hate it when League of Legends turns into a team deathmatch. When people are just running at the enemies like 24/7, just 50-50 everything.
Yeah.
Like I hate it when games go into that. I much prefer it when I have all of this information to play with, and then I can make like accurate decisions of what we should be doing, instead of literally just going 50-50, coin flip everything, fight, TDM.
Yeah.
It's just so much easier to win games that way, I feel. Because then you actually have information to play with.
So the way for me to carry my team is putting more deep wards down.
Yeah, because
also
imagine...
so they know,
Yeah, because like, imagine if you had done that, we would have ward over here, ward over here, ward over here, ward over here. Like none of this would be dark.
Yeah.
All of this would be lit up. So, and also that's something that's really important when you have really good like split pushers. Like you have Irelia, you have Jax, you have I don't know, Fiora, whatever. If you have wards all over the enemy side of the map, they can just keep pushing in no matter what. Because they will always know when people are gonna be coming. And if the rest of your team sees that and they send like 3 people to deal with your pet Jax, what you can do now is you can just take care of these other the towers on the other side of the map.
Yeah.
So just don't ignore the vision. It's just so important. Just gives so much more options to play with. Oh, and I was also meant to be talking about this. Okay, let's talk about this ward in particular. This ward is, like I said, one of the most underappreciated wards in the game.
Yeah.
Because if you have ward over here, you have you have this area warded with the ward roughly. You have this area, or you have this entrance warded. You have this entrance warded. What this means is you see whenever people come through mid lane to like push the wave. You see when people are coming from top side to bot side. You see when they're going from bot side to top side. You see when they're going from mid lane to bot side. You see them when they're going from mid lane to top side. All of this from one ward.
Yeah.
I think this is probably the best mid to late game ward you can have in the game. As long as, like, even after this tower goes down, you can just put it down a little bit deeper even. And then you have this entire area warded. And you will see every time people go through, like, all of this. Everything is seen on this ward. Yeah, just make sure that it's out of tower range. After this little rock, if you put it like behind it, it's pretty much always gonna be safe from the tower. Right. Just as a general rule. Yeah, now we go for the Baron. Okay, so imagine you had done this exact same thing, but it was in the enemy's jungle. You would have this ward, you would have this ward, you get like 1 or 2 picks over here. You turn the Baron, now they have to walk into your vision. Yeah. This is why it's so good for you to have deep vision after Baron spawns after 20 minutes. Because literally one or 2 picks, especially if it's on the enemy jungler and like one who is really strong on the enemy team, they can't do anything. You just run straight to Baron, you get the Baron, and the game is, well, not over, but it's really hard for you to throw. Because Baron is one of the best comeback mechanics in the game. If you take it off the map, and you get the goal from it, what is the enemy team going to do?
Defend.
Yeah, like that's all they can do. They can't do anything proactive if you take Baron off. And by the way,
also this Soul Soul Dragon is also up soon.
Yeah. But yeah, like this was a complete mess. Like although this is one of the bad things about doing Baron at this elo. Like when I'm playing, usually when I play on a Smurf accounts or something, I have a general rule where I don't go for like risky Baron plays unless it's like, I don't know, like Diamond 1 and up. Yeah. Because people get really confused in these situations. Because half of the team wants to finish the Baron, half the team wants to fight. These people who are fighting take a 3, I don't know, like a 3-4, 3-4, like 3-4, 3-3. They die, the enemy team is gonna come back. You have used all of your abilities on the buff or abilities on the Baron. They come clean it up. You all die. You get AC. The enemy team gets Baron. Yeah. So just be aware that that's something that can happen and is probably gonna happen a lot. Yeah. If you're gonna go for the calls, I still think you should go for the calls because the more of these calls you make, the more accurate you're gonna be at like making them. Because let's say at first you're like 50-50 on these, right? You play for like 100 games, it's gonna go up to like 70. You play another 100, it's gonna go up to like 75. You play another 100, it's gonna go to like 77 to 80, and it's just gonna keep going up and up and up the more times you make these calls. So at first, you're probably gonna fuck it up a lot. That's fine. Just don't stop making these calls, because the more you make the calls, the better accuracy you're gonna have on them. Because if you get really good at calling for the Barons, and you just get free Barons, because at this elo you can get like 1 or 2 free Barons a game if you just look for them. If you can accurately like look for the free Barons, you're gonna be like just winning more games. Because Baron is almost, well, it's almost a guaranteed win. Not this elo, but
it's a huge win condition at least.
Yeah, I think if you get the first Baron of the game in like gold, your win rate is gonna be at like 70% or up.
All right.
In like higher and worse, it's gonna be like 85 or up.
In higher elos, it's gonna be higher.
Yeah, because like Challenger Grandmaster games, they end generally in like 26-28 minutes. So if you get the first Baron at like 22, and then you have Baron buff for like until like 25, 26, whatever, then you basically have like first Baron basically wins games in like really high MORs.
All right, I didn't know that actually.
Yeah, that's why when you look watch pro play, like one thing against Baron, especially if they're winning, the game is basically over at that point. It's really hard for the enemy team to come back.
Also because people know how to use the Baron afterwards.
Because they know exactly what to do with it. Because in this MMR, like I don't know, like the Tom is gonna go to bot lane and the enemy team is gonna collapse. Like actually, let's see what you guys would do with the Baron. Because you kind of do the same thing.
Well, only Viego has it.
Yeah. I mean, this is also like pretty frequent, whereas one person has it because you like fuck it up. Actually, it's after the second Baron that you do with it, or that you like start throwing it. I mean, yeah, this is also pretty frequent. That's gonna happen with the Baron. Is that people are just gonna keep fighting. Yeah, we have to go Baron. Oh, Dragon. Also, like I was saying, like you should not even be here. Because we should assume that the entire enemy team is somewhere around here.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the entire team is here. Like if pretty much anybody else was here, like Seth or Vex or Blitzcrank is in the bush, you're just gonna die for free. You have no reason to be here. If you know that the entire enemy team is gonna be like on one side of the map, what that means is nobody's going to be able to defend this side of the map. Like, because they're all on Dragon. So what you should do instead, we just put down Vision over here. Like we get ward over here, ward over here, ward over here. And then we have this entire section of the map just warded again.
Yeah.
But yeah, we should definitely die there. Actually, let me skip ahead to the next Baron. I think something goes wrong here.
No, Viego.
Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, like Viego just runs down. Okay, so this is so sad because this happens so often. The game is basically won at this point. Like it's a 4v5. You can either go straight to mid lane as 5. You can end the game, but that's a little bit risky because people sometimes fuck it up. Instead, you should go to get the soul. And then you go to bot lane, push out the wave, get 3 inhibs down, wait for these waves to come in, wait for the next minion wave to come in. You have like 5-man Baron. Use the get the triple super minions, the Baron buff, and you just slowly push and end the game. But the problem is this is kind of like a really good situation to talk about this. So League of Legends is kind of like taking the stairs against taking the elevator, right? It's like how League should be played is kind of like this.
Yeah.
You take one small win, you reset. You take another small win, you reset. You take one more small win, you reset. The problem is people are lazy when they play this game. They're really lazy when they play this game. So instead, they want to take the elevator to like go up to the top and just win the game really easily and really fast. The problem is the elevator is kind of like out of order. The cables are not so good. So if you fuck it up and you take the wrong elevator, the cables are gonna snap and you're gonna be crashing into the floor.
Yeah, makes sense.
And this is again kind of like the same thing about patience. Like you just have to be patient when you play this game. You don't want to take these fights. Like it's there's no reason for people to be here. No reason at all. You have your top lane pushing, you have Baron buff, you have 5 people around, Baron is spawning, you have the next wave pushing in to mid lane. Like you just don't have to fight here at all. There's no reason to be here. But people are still gonna do it. So how we can like try and stop this is use a speak on top of their heads.
Yeah, because I picked the dragon pit.
Yeah, we were picking the dragon in this situation. But the problem is, like I was saying, they're not looking at their... Like, do you think they're gonna see this when they're going for this? Like let's have a look at like Viego's perspective over here. Do you think he's gonna see these pings right now?
No.
Yeah, he's literally like flashing in 2v4. Like this guy does not give a fuck. So instead, what we should be doing, once he starts running at them, he might not listen still, which is, you know, that's fair. But wouldn't it be like much more likely that he's gonna back off if you start pinging right on top of their head? Like you ping like 4 or 5 times, and then you ping Baron, and then you ping Dragon.
Yeah, well, it's not a guarantee, but the chance is higher.
Yeah, much higher chance that they're actually gonna be listening to you. Yeah, because they are not seeing any of this. I guarantee you that they are not looking anywhere near there. They're literally just looking at their champions while they're running in 2v4.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think that's about everything in this replay that we need to watch. But yeah, like definitely just the importance of division, I think is the most important thing about this.
Okay.
I think when it comes to mechanics also, like, again, you're kind of using your E a little bit too aggressively sometimes, because it's by far your easiest way to get out of a fight.
Yeah.
So if you use it aggressively, then you better make sure that you get something out of it.
Yeah.
Right.
And I also might change it for a dust blade to see how it goes.
Yeah, that's all. Like, I would probably say that that's a good idea. Also, like, one thing, do we ever feel like, it doesn't look like it, but do we ever feel like when a team fight is going, do we ever feel like overwhelmed by all the effects and the information that's going through you, like, and you don't know what like, you don't know what's up, you don't know what abilities were used, you don't know like how many people are where, like,
no, I don't consider that now.
Sorry?
I don't consider that now.
Okay. I mean, first of all, you should be, especially on Pyke, because Pyke is really, like, hitting the ult is really dependent on your ability to know what can fuck it up. Like, you should be looking, actually, let me ask you this. On the enemy team, what abilities are what can fuck up your ult in a team fight?
Well, the one ability they have in common is Flash.
Yeah, that's good.
Also, Vex's passive.
Mm-hmm.
And Vayne's ultimate. As well as Blitzcrank's ultimate for the silence.
Okay, anything else?
I guess Set's ultimate to pull me away.
Yeah.
And yeah, well, Trundle's E to slow if I want to chase someone down. He takes away my movement speed.
Yep.
Blitzcrank hook, because I'm gonna get CC'd and die instantly.
Yep.
But basically a lot of spells. E condemn for Vayne.
Yeah. I mean, I think the condemn is a little bit... I mean, if you're gonna be in range to get condemned, you're already in range to get, or like, to ult the Vayne anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think in this situation, like you said, flashes, Blitz hook, Vayne Q, Vex passive. I think those are the main ones, because I think you should be focusing on the main ones that can fuck you up. Like, yeah, the flashes are something that's really hard probably for you to like keep in mind when you're like fighting, but that's really something that you kind of need to work on, just knowing like the general cooldown of people's flashes, and then having a general idea of what can fuck you up. And then you need to, in a team fight, you kind of have to be looking out for them. Like, you actively have to look at, does Blitzcrank throw out his hook? Like, is it up? Is it not up?
Yeah.
Or does like Vayne has his Q? Or like, does he tumble to the side? Does he not have it? Or like, how close is Vex's passive? Like, all of these things need to be going on in your head, and I think that's why Pyke is such a difficult champion to play, because it's so easy for you to like get fucked by all of these like dashes and the flashes and like little ults that give people HP, like all of these stuff. Because if you ult, like you ult Vayne here, he like heals, goes over the execute range, you're gonna pop over here.
Yeah,
you're just gonna need one shot, because you couldn't execute the guy and you didn't get like dust blade proc or something. That's why Pyke is really hard to play in 5v5s. Pyke really loves like 2v2s, 3v3s, 4v3s, like all of these like even or advantageous fights when there's less than 5 people around. Like, Pyke just loves skirmishes. One of the best skirmish champions in the game, in my opinion. Okay. But when it comes to like straight up 5v5s, the champion struggles, because there's so many things to keep in mind that can fuck you up.
Yeah, so basically be more patient, like wait for an opening instead of just going for the execute. Yeah,
because in a 5v5, you have to be extremely patient with this champion. And the problem is, because you have to be so patient with your abilities, if your team is not like winning already, then the champion is basically worthless.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so important that you don't fuck up in the early game when you're playing Pyke. Because if your team can't like reasonably win or reasonably fight a 45 because you're basically not a champion unless you like hit a Q or something, then it's really hard for your team to win. Yeah, I think sense. I think that's pretty much the main things that I can see.
Yeah. Well, it's got some good insight, definitely.
Good.
Especially the deep warding. Like, I think I'm gonna take it step by step. I can't imagine like doing everything right the first time around.
Yeah, of course not. Yeah, it's gonna take a long time. I think the main thing would be focusing on the deep vision for now, though. Yeah. Because it's so important. I guarantee you, if you just look for deep vision in the enemy jungle, you're gonna see a lot of like improvement. Like I guarantee you that if you do it properly and you don't die while doing it, it's gonna be night and day.
I can really see how it helps because it also helps my teammate not dying as much.
Yep. Because it basically fucks the enemy jungle too.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I'm going to focus on that until it gets to be a habit, and then I can concentrate more on the team fighting.
Yeah, I think that's a good plan.